Good morning, everybody. Let's talk about the prophetic word again today. We're going to go to Philippians chapter 4 and focus on a couple of verses. But I'm going to ask you a question here. How Paul says here, for example, in Philippians 4:18, "Indeed, I have all and abound. I am full." And you can read the rest of it, but the question is, how do we find ourselves in the same place? How can we say of ourselves in any given moment, I have all and abound and am full? Well, the secret is being satisfied, content in any given situation. Let's go backwards to Philippians chapter 4, beginning in verse 10. "But I rejoice in the Lord greatly that now at last your care for me has flourished again, though you surely did care, but you lacked opportunity. Not that I speak in regard to need, for I have learned in whatever state I am in to be content, to be happy, to be satisfied. I know how to be abased, and I know how to abound. Everywhere in all things I have learned both to be full and to be hungry, both to abound and to suffer need. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Nevertheless, you have done well that you share in my distress." So when he says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, it's the result of God teaching him to be content. He says, "For I have learned," in verse 11, I have learned in whatever state I am to be satisfied. If you're not satisfied with the situation that you're in and the things that you have right now, you're never going to be. You're never going to see yourself full. You're never going to see yourself abounding in any given situation because you're not satisfied in any situation. You're never satisfied. "Nevertheless," in verse 14, "you have done well that you share in my distress." His distress is when he needs something. "Now you Philippians know also that in the beginning of the gospel, when I departed from Macedonia, no church shared with me concerning giving and receiving, but you. For even in Thessalonica you sent aid once and again for my necessity. Not that I seek the gift, but I seek the fruit that abounds to your account." So learning to be content or satisfied with where you're at, you find yourself exactly in the next verse. "Indeed, I have all and abound. I am full." Why is that? Because he is content with what he has. And the Lord is saying, are you content? Are you happy, satisfied with what you have? You should be. It came from me. Everything that you have comes from me. So you should be, as a believer, a real believer in the Lord Jesus Christ, satisfied with what I have given you. And then when it is given to you, when your need is met by others or for one way or another, you're not looking necessarily to the necessity or the need being filled. Because you're content, you want to see the person blessed who's giving to you. So you look for the blessing that's coming to them rather than your need being met because you're content in all things. God bless you guys.